In this video, I put the top 90 to 80 NFL players from the top 100 list on the worst team in the NFL. Now, this team is the Tennessee Titans. They went 3-14 last year, and they earned their first overall pick. With that pick, they chose Cameron Ward, who will be starting for this team. But without further ado, let's take a look. Alright, so this is what the roster looks like. We got James. Okay, for some reason my controller's not working. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, so we have James Cook, who had about, I think it was, let's see, 1,200 yards. Okay, for some reason I cannot find him. But yeah, I think it was 1,200 yards and like 14 touchdowns, 18 total. Let's see the fact check. Okay, so he played 16 games. Okay, just over 1,000, 4.9 average yards, and 16 touchdowns on the ground. Insane year, and he got 89th. I feel like he should have been a little bit higher, but yeah. Then we got Kyren Williams, who I think was like 85th, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 16 games, 1,300 yards, 4.1 average, and then 14 touchdowns on the ground. He did fumble, though, 5 times. He's ranked 85th, 7 spots below from last year. Last year, I guess he was 78. But next up, we got Jeudy. I believe he got, 82nd, 17 games, 90 receptions, 1,200 yards, 13.7 average, but then only 4 touchdowns, and he got 82nd. I feel like that's a little generous. It's a little bit too nice for him, but he did have a really good year. Showed that he's not just a bust. Next up, we got a Laremy Tunsil. He got traded to the Texans, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was traded, right? It was like a 3rd round pick or something like that. You know, he got like 87th. Let's see this. 86th, 15 spots below from last year. He played 1,000 snaps last season, and he allowed 19 QB pressures and only 2 sacks. That's actually insanely good. How is that a drop off? Only 19 pressures allowed and 1,000 snaps. That's low-key absurd. That's like insanely good. But then this team's going to be pretty defense heavy because this top 90 to 81 players are pretty defensive. But yeah, we got Cameron Heyward, who was number 83, 15 spots higher than last year. He had 71 tackles, 12 tackles for loss, and 8 sacks. He did pretty well for a defensive tackle at his age. He's like 37 now. Yeah, I feel like he should have been a little bit higher for his age. I mean, I guess most people, this is voted by the players, by the other players that are in the NFL. But I'm going to stop yapping. Okay, next up we got Quinnen Williams. He got number 87, 50 spots further down than last year. He had a pretty disappointing year. 37 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, and 6 sacks. Yeah, pretty disappointing for his like other years. But yeah, this D-line's gonna be absurd, bro. I'm gonna predict like 12-5 just off this, you know. Then we got Andrew Van Ginkel, who got 88th, first time he got in the top 100. 79 tackles, 18 tackles for loss, and an 11.5 sacks with 2 picks as well. Bro really popped off. I feel like he should have been a little bit higher than 88. But I guess, let's see if he can continue to do that well. But next up, we got Christian Gonzalez. Bro, I'm an Oregon fan. I don't get why he's so low. Like, bro is absurd. Like, he's only like 83rd, I think it is. 84th. The first time he got in the top 100. Okay, he did pretty well. Nothing too crazy. But, 59 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 11 passes deflected, 2 picks, and a fumble return for a touchdown. I don't think it was actually a fumble return to a touchdown, but, there's 1 touchdown. Yeah, he's pretty insane. He bounced back, from an injury-shortened rookie season, allowing just 46 of 86 targets to be completed as the nearest defender in coverage. Okay, 50. He had a 54% completion percentage his rookie year, like for allowed, and that was the third lowest among 33 players with 75 plus targets. So he was the third best by like lockdown corner standards. He was insane. I mean, I get, you know. Okay, anyways, this secondary is pretty insane with L'Jarius Sneed as well. But then, yeah, we got Trent McDuffie, who got 81st. 16 games, 59 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 13 passes deflected, and 2 picks. Yeah, he did pretty well. I feel like this is maybe a little too low for him. I think he should be a little bit higher, like mid 70s, early 70s, something like that. But I think that is all 10 players. I don't think I looked at Zach Allen. Zach Allen actually had a pretty good year. Andrew Van Ginkel and Zach Allen had some breakout years. But same with Jeudy as well. These are a lot of just breakout players. Nobody too crazy, except for Christian Gonzalez. But yeah, Zach Allen, he was ranked 90th, 61 tackles, 15 tackles for loss, and 8.5 sacks. And then also a safety as well. Wow. Yeah, this defense is definitely insane. I did 100 to 91 players as well on the worst team. Oh, excuse me. But the overall was 86 as well. But the offense was 88 and the defense was 85. So it's kind of flipped. For that 100 to 91, that was pretty offensive heavy. There was Tua, Drake London, Sam Laporta, Creed Humphrey, a lot of big pieces. And then there's a few defensive like Jesse Bates. But yeah, this is definitely more defensive than offensive. 2 running backs. You know, there's only 2 running backs and 2 running backs, a receiver, and a tackle. So I guess there is a good amount of offensive pieces as well. But yeah, I feel like defense is definitely more stacked. But we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to simulate through this upcoming year. But comment down below what you think the record will be. I'm gonna predict like 12-5, 11-6, something like that. Yeah. Alright. Time to check. Alrighty, let's sim to the playoffs. Yeah, I'm gonna say like 11-6, 12-5. But anyways, I don't want to bore you with the simulation. I ain't trying to yap some more. So let's just see what they are able to do. It's actually crazy how quickly this shit simulates. But anyways, let's see this. Okay, we are in the playoffs. 10-7. Okay, a little bit worse than I thought, but still playoff worthy. Okay, now this team is an 87 overall, 87 offense, 89 defense. Let's quickly, very, very quickly go through the stats, and then fuck the standings. You know, I guess we can look at who's in the playoffs. Lions gonna go 11-6. I think actually most of this is pretty accurate. I feel like Commanders, they would have won more games. Jaguars would have lost a few more games. Chiefs probably would have won more. And then I feel like the Cowboys, that's a little bit generous. Yeah, okay, so I feel like the generous ones are the Panthers, Cowboys, and Jaguars. And then the ones that should have been higher are the Chiefs, Commanders, and Lions. But yeah, alright, let's look at these stats though. Any eye catchers on the right? Okay, there's Josh Jacobs had a great year. Puka Nacua had a great year. Okay. Okay, so Cam Ward did start. Oh, he had 4,300 yards, but 39 TDs to 26 picks. He almost had 70% completion percentage though. He just made a lot of mistakes. He got sacked 24 times. Rushing though, it was pretty spread out. Nobody really got that many carries, but James Cook with just over 600 and 8 TDs. Alright. Then receiving, Tyler Lockett had 1,400 and 15 touchdowns. And Jerry Jeudy with 870 yards and 3 TDs. What the fuck? Tyler Lockett just balled out. Damn. Seattle held him back, bro. Then, yeah, we got Cody Barton with the most tackles, 115. Then Andrew Van Ginkel with 106. And then Xavier Woods, 191. Tackles for loss, Jeffrey Simmons got 16. Cameron Heyward with 10. And Zach Allen with 10. Then for sacks, Jeffrey Simmons with 8. Zach Allen with 7.5. And Cameron Heyward with 5. Then last but not least, interceptions. Christian Gonzalez with 6 and 71 tackles. With 6 deflections. Then Andrew Van Ginkel with 4 picks. And then Xavier Woods, L'Jarius Sneed, and Amani Hooker all with 3. Alright, so a lot of picks. The defensive stats aren't the greatest, but offensive yards 18th, defensive yards 27th, points scored 6. Like, this offense actually did really well. It's just you have points allowed 27th. The defense actually did a lot worse than I thought they would. There was an insane secondary, insane D line. I feel like they should have performed a lot better. I mean, the linebackers were sucked, but yeah, that's weird. All right. Well, time to start simulating through the playoffs. I'm just gonna jump in, but if it's a blowout, I'm not gonna show anything. I'm just gonna show you the scorecard. But yeah. Okay, so this team is 3 points below the Bills with 4 minutes left in the game. They just got a punt return. So now we are going to see what this team can do. Maybe I should have just simulated to the 2-minute warning and then did that, but okay, decent gain right there to Calvin Ridley. Or no, that's not Calvin Ridley. It's Chigoziem Okonkwo. Okay. Chigoziem Okonkwo. Joey Bosa on the edge. Good. Trying to go around Laremy Tunsil. It's not really. I was about to say. Oh, no way! Wow. Okay. Well, that's the end of that game. That's wild. No. Cam Ward fumbled. Yeah. That's the end of the game. So they get first rounded. That's what happened for the first 10 as well. Unlucky. They did not perform well enough. Wow, actually Cam Ward did pretty well. That fumble just cooked them. Fucked them up bad. Now to just check the Pro Bowl and the awards and who wins the Super Bowl. And then that'll be the end of this video. Alrighty, let's look at this Pro Bowl roster. Let's see if any Titans / 90-81 players were on this list. We got Cameron Ward, surprisingly. Ashton Genty's up there. But yeah, 1. Tyler Lockett, 2. Laremy Tunsil, 3. Okay. Kevin Zeitler, 4. Jeffrey Simmons, 5. Andrew Van Ginkel, 6. So far, it's only 3 of 6 were on that top 100 list. Christian Gonzalez, 4 of 7. And that's it. I mean, I think Joey Sly was also on that team, or on this team, but I'm not really going to count that. So, 4 of 7 were on the Pro Bowl, or it might have been 3 of 7. I think it was 4 of 7, though. Laremy Tunsil, Christian Gonzalez, Andrew Van Ginkel. Actually, I think it was actually 3 of 7. Could have been 4 of 7, though. I don't really care enough. But now to see who's in the Super Bowl, the awards, and then, oh wow, then we'll see the results of the Super Bowl. But it's the Eagles and the Ravens in the Super Bowl. Y'all can pause and look at it if you want to. I kind of watched it slowly, like every week. I would only sim 1 week. And I slowly started watching it, but anyways, time to look at these awards. I don't think we won a single fucking one, or even barely got top 10. Yeah, not top 10 for MVP. Not, or I mean 8th for Coach of the Year, and everybody should do what my name says. 100%, yeah. Then, for the AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Tyler Lockett got 2nd. And Ginkel got 7th in Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year, it went to Ashton Jeanty. Cameron Ward got 6/2nd. Then it was Travis Hunter. Okay. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Yeah, nobody there. I don't think there would be. Cameron Ward gets 7th for best QB. Best running back, we get not even top 10. Best wide receiver, we get 3rd with Tyler Lockett. Best O lineman, Kevin Zeitler gets 3rd. Best D lineman, Jeffrey Simmons gets 6th. Best linebacker, Ginkel gets 7th. Best DB, Christian Gonzalez gets 4th. And Xavier Woods gets 9th. Then, last but not least, best kicker, Joey Sly got 4th. Yeah. Alrighty, now to see the results of the Super Bowl and the true official awards. Let's see this. Eagles versus Ravens in the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson's first Super Bowl appearance. And it looks like they win? Oh no, the Eagles win. Damn, 3-time Super Bowl champions. Saquon Barkley gets Super Bowl MVP. Real MVP is Patrick Mahomes. Coach of the Year, Nick Sirianni. Offensive Player of the Year, Saquon Barkley. Defensive Player of the Year, Jamian Sherwood. Then Offensive Rookie of the Year, it says Lon McConkey, but it's just Ashton Jeanty. Then Defensive Rookie of the Year, Abdul Carter. Wow, interesting. But yeah, it doesn't show the Eagles, yeah, since this is not Madden 2026 yet. But yeah, very interesting. Eagles just popped off in this simulation. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this, make sure to like and subscribe. I did do that 100 to 91 roster as well, and then in a few days I will probably do the 80 to 71. I think that's 80 to 71, which will probably do a little bit better. But yeah, hopefully I'll see y'all in the next video. But peace.